Hey guys, welcome back for another video from TDL DIY. So today we're going to be talking about my snowblower, and specifically snowblowers that don't come with lights. I bought mine secondhand off of Kijiji. I'm not sure if you have that in the States or other parts of the world, but in Canada we have this thing called Kijiji. It's basically a buy and sell type website, like Craigslist. Although Craigslist is not so popular in Canada anymore. So yeah, that's where I bought that. I think I paid a couple $100. When I say a couple $100, I can't remember, but I want to say maybe $350, $400-ish. It was basically brand new. The tires still had the little hairs on them, and I've been using it for a couple years ever since. No issues. I guess the guy was just trying to get rid of it because he bought it, thought he was going to use it. Used it, I think, once or twice, and then realized he's got 3 teenage boys that can shovel his driveway. So they're lost my gain. Worked out great, but I noticed there was no lights on it. So I wanted to put some lights on it. As you can see, we got a couple cheap Amazon or eBay LED lights, just like little light bar kind of things. So I got those real cheap. I want to say maybe $30 a piece or less. But I'll try and find that and throw it in my description so you can have some prices on that. So I went to Cabela's and just got a plastic ammo case with a seal. And obviously, so for the switch, it's a lighted switch. With this kind of rocker switch, it costs $10 per switch. Just going to my local hardware store or automotive store, automotive. So I ended up, I think, ordering a bunch of these off eBay, shipped from China. They work out to be, I think, about $1 a piece or 50 cents a piece. So pretty cheap. Takes a long time to get here, but if you think you got some projects in the future, hey, order like, I think I ordered like a 10-pack of those or something. Cost me $10. So I got 10 of them or 5 of them for the same price as one at my local store. So that was really good. Then I went to, I guess it'd be the equivalent to Harbor Freight in the States, but Princess Auto, and I had got some wire. I've had some, I always have some, so that was an issue, but I got the sheathing to make it a little bit more professional. Ran it down. I also built this bracket here. I'll probably end up painting it probably at some point, but it's been a couple years, no real issue. I just see it's starting to rust a bit. This aluminum tray, basically I think it was a pegboard. Probably have it kicking around somewhere. But this is just a pegboard material, bent up some of the corners, cut it to size, and it had holes in it already, so I just probably see there, just put a screw in and good to go. For this piece of metal, it's just a piece of metal you can get at Home Depot. I think that's where I got it actually. I think it's maybe 1.5 inches wide and maybe, I don't know how thick it is, I can't remember, and just bent it up in my vise and drilled some holes, and that was it. It was pretty easy for that. Again, so wired in the lights. So I have the 2 LED lights in the front. I made these, I don't know if you can see here. Yeah, right here. These, I'll show you on this side, it's probably a little better. I made these custom brackets, again, the same metal, put a hole in it, put a couple spots for the screws or bolts, and with the inside, so with this bolt here, I used a locking, it's hard to see, but a locking thread, or nut, I should say. Painted it up so it kind of looks and it's just almost the same color as the red on the snowblower, so it looks somewhat factory. That's what I try to do. So wire these together, have it connecting to the new wire that will go to the battery and the switch. So I have them, all these things, run down into my battery compartment here, which is just an ammo can. I think I paid 10 bucks for it. The battery I think I got off Kijiji, just a buy and sell. I think somebody saw it for 20 bucks. Just a little ATV battery kind of thing. So I'll kind of show you the setup over here a little bit. Just got to grab a light so you guys can see a little better. So what we got going on here, I try to keep everything simple, so red wires are typically on my setup is positive. I put an inline fuse, so that light should go on once if the fuse breaks or anything. I also wired this little connector in because I had just an intelligent battery charger. It's just a trickle charge maintainer. It came with this nice little dongle, so I just wired that in so I could just plug it in and I could just tuck it away in the box, and it's very easy to do that way. So what we got going on here, let's pull some stuff up and take a look. Okay, so I obviously have my power. Positive goes through a fuse and then goes down to the switch. And then you have the white cord, I'm pretty sure is my auxiliary, so for my lights. And then you got to send a ground, obviously, to the switch. And then I have my ground for my lights. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So you got wires coming in, connecting to other wires, connecting to the switch, so it's all connected. I can pull it out, do a quick wiring diagram if you guys request that. Okay guys, so this is the wiring diagram for my snowblower, how I got the lights. Very simple. You got the positive and you got negative terminal on your battery. I have a red line going to a fuse, which is the positive, which goes into a switch. That's probably not the correct spot on the switch. It's just showing you that it goes to the switch. You're gonna have to look at your switch wiring diagram, and it'll probably have on the side, and it tells you which goes where. Then this is the auxiliary line, indicated by a white line going to the positive on the lights. I have the negative, which is a black line on the lights, going to the negative part on the terminal on the battery. And then we have a black line, which is the negative, going to a switch. So that's basically the simple basic setup of this whole system. I also added a way to charge without having to clamp something onto the batteries. This way they're just permanently on there, and not permanently, but they're set on there, so I can just hook in a charging, my quick trickle charge. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment down below if you want any other explanations of the system. Thanks. But it's a very simple setup. Basically, battery, switch to the lights, and then obviously put some fuses for some safety, so we don't damage anything, and then just a quick charge dongle that came with my charger anyways. It worked out fine. What you could do is drill a hole, have a little cap on it, different type of dongle or charging port or whatever you want to call it. So you just flip it up and just plug it in. To me, makes no difference. That would just make it a little more cleaner looking. But I could just flip up this, pull that cord out, plug it in, and Bob's your uncle. So now you guys seen that basic setup, and that's the lights. So they are quite bright. You can use different lights if you want, bigger lights, smaller lights, whatever works for you. I find that although right here, even having the lights on, the snow does cover the lenses up. Doesn't really affect it too much. The lights still power through that snow, no problem. But if you want, you can always modify it your own way with your own type of snowblower or whatever. You can put it up here if you want. That way it would be less chance of getting covered by snow. So that's where a lot of the snowblower lights are when you buy them factory. I wasn't able to put one. I didn't find a good spot to mount it up here for one. And the reason why I have to use a battery setup because mine does not have a stator. I don't have a stator on this motor to allow for a factory kind of style light. I was thinking about putting it on here, but then it would kind of be blocked out by a lot of the motor stuff. So for me, it made a lot of sense to put it right here, and that works fine for me. Plus there's already this square, or there's already a hole, I think it's the square hole already there, so I just built the bracket easy. So if you liked what you saw, guys, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe and leave a comment down below for other stuff like this, other stuff you'd like to see in the future, and tell me what you thought. Thanks for watching, and check out some of my other videos on my channel. I'll put a link to the description for some of these parts down below, and also some other videos to my channel. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.